Recorded calls, it get tricky on this wall phone. Can't wait till the day that I come home. Doing time behind these walls, I wouldn't wish it on nobody. Life on pause, but the clock still rolling, hey. Stepping down on the gas, but feel nothing. Soon enough, you just get numb to it all. You can't walk this time off, don't get involved with the law on some real shit.
It's your boy, Breadleon. Thank you for tuning in to Prison Files Podcast. Please hit that like and subscribe button for notifications of future fire content. Now let's kick back and relax while I take you inside the deepest corners of the California prison system. Hey, it's your boy, Breadleon. I'm back in the building, man. I got an exclusive interview today with the one and only Breadleon the Go Getta, coming to you from West Pittsburgh, California. My brother, man. You on the line. What's going on, brother? How you doing this today?
Man, I'm blessed, man. I woke up this morning, man.
Yes, sir. Well, look, bro, I want to hop right into it, man. We just had this Super Bowl, bro, in pivotal moment, in Kendrick Lamar's career. I know you got family ties with Kendrick, and, man, what was that like to see him on that worldwide stage, man, performing and putting on for the West Coast and especially for Compton, bro? Inspirational, I know that, but give me your feedback, man. How'd that hit you?
No, it was amazing, bro. I'm going to keep it solid. That was amazing. It was a blessing to see that young man up there on that stage and do what he do, plus with the messages that he had in them, man, was very important in learning. So that was amazing. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. Like I was saying, that was amazing to see that man up there, especially for my family, man. Yang, I know he was juiced to see his boy up there, super boy, man. Like I said, they grew up since junior high with each other. They from the same neighborhood, so they been with each other forever. So I know he was super juiced.
That's right, bro. When I was watching it, man, definitely, bro, I was thinking about you, thinking about Yang, like, man, y'all got to be super juiced right now. See somebody from the hood up there really, showing out and doing what they doing, man.
Most definitely.
All right, so I want to get into, you spent some time, man, with the real Freeway Ricky Ross, man. Y'all did a movie together, Mike Epps. They had Boston George, and they had, a handful of dudes in there, man. And, I'm curious, bro, because everybody knows Freeway Rick Ross, man, is being the biggest, drug kingpin to come up out of California, right? And he got incarcerated, and he did a stretch in the federal prison system. And he came home and hit the ground running, man, rehabilitated, different mindset, entrepreneurial spirit. And, I'm curious to get your outlook as to who this individual was when he came home after doing his prison time in comparison to what the world, knows him as was glorified in social media and on the docuseries and, Google and things of that caliber.
Man, me personally, besides what everybody know about him, man, I believe he was the same person that he was when I met him when he was doing what he was doing, man. The man is humble, man, like very humble and respectful. He's nowhere near Hollywood, you feel me? So he taught me some game, especially about being locked up in there for that long, you know what I'm saying? That'll make anybody think twice about a decision that could cost them their whole life, you feel me? So again, man, it was very interesting listening to his stories, and it was very learnable. Same way for Boston George. I didn't get a chance to really, sit down with Boston George like I did with Freeway, but, the same education came from it the same way. Brian Hooks, though, shout out to Brian Hooks, man, and one of the actors in the movie, man. A great actor, been one of my favorites for a long time. Also, Gerard and Jerome Mixon from the Nutty Professor, them boys. There's some other humble people, man, like real down-to-earth, no Hollywood. And none of the guys that was actually in this movie, none of the guys that would really be in the movies in Hollywood is not Hollywood. The ones that I met, let me speak on that.
Yeah. Okay. That's what's up, man. It's interesting, man, to me because, a lot of people, they Google people or they hear stories or they see somebody on a documentary and they get to know them for what, the media outlets have said about them and how they characterize them. And to be able to meet people in person, sometimes you get a different understanding of who they actually are as a human being, and we've had conversations, man, about, that man came home rehabilitated, man. He wanted to do everything legit. And I think a lot of us that do a lot of time in prison, that's where our mindset goes, man. It goes into some entrepreneurial, outlooks at life. And you're not trying to do anything that's going to take you back to who you once were, the situations that you once were, the people that you once around, you know what I'm saying, that drove you to do what you did and got you the sentence that you got. So, yeah, it's interesting, man, to hear your take on that. But, anyways, bro, so, you've been in this music game, man, for a long time, man. For a lot of people that, might not really know, even the ones that do know, you got 25 plus, doing music. Your first album came out in 2000. Give us a little backstory, bro, about what labels you messed with and, what projects that you had out and the networking you've been doing.
Man, yes. Well, again, man, 1999 was my first debut on Brody A. Wax album, man. Savage Time. Shout out to Wax, you know what I'm saying? That was my first debut in 99. In 2000, through the process of 99, I was working on my project. And about time 2000 came, my project was released, but I was actually incarcerated at the time when the album was released. So I didn't get enough time to really, experience and know what it was with the album. I just know I had something out there in the streets. But yeah, 25 years in this game. Big Trees, shout out to Big Trees, Mike Aaron. That's who I started with, man. That man, he made the foundation for a brother. He put the plate out there, and I was eating, and it was just how it was, man. We had so many projects together. I mean, so many. I can speak on 10 off back right now, but I know it's more. You feel me? So shout out again to Big Trees, man. That was the first real label that I didn't know the business, but I was loving the business at the time. Well, I was loving the music. Let me say that correctly. I was loving the music, so I was just getting it in, and he was allowing me to do that, man, and get my message across. So shout out Big Trees.
Most definitely. Shout out Big Trees, man. Yeah, definitely a staple in the music industry out here. Man, that Beta New York comp, man. That was big for us back then, man. I was riding around slapping that, and especially just to see, after all the animosity, man, and the East Coast, West Coast beef, we had going on with Death Row in the early 90s, to see us starting to branch out and network again with the East Coast, man. And I know Big Pun was on there. Mary J. Blige. There was a whole bunch of features, man, that you guys had. What was it like putting out that Beta New York time?
Again, shout out to Big Trees. That was, mostly him. He was putting that footwork in, doing all the network. We was just at that time for me, I was just rapping, just getting my name up and trying to get my feet off the ground with it. So Big Trees, shout out again to him, man. He was putting in the footwork, and he was able to get Mary J, Charlie Baltimore, Big Pun, Cameron, a few others, man. And it was, for me, I was like, I don't care who it is, nigga. I just want to be on that project. I want my name on it. You feel me? I want my name on it. Beta New York, nigga. This about to be big. So, yep, that was
straight up.
All Trees. Shout out to him again, man. I'm always give him his flowers because he deserves them.
Yeah, definitely, man. And you guys kind of kept the ball rolling, as the years progressed. I know Brody AWAX was linked in with Waka Flocka, and you got in with Waka, and then ultimately led you to networking with Brick Squad. I know you still tapped in with Brody Bake out there, in New York. So what was that like, man, kind of as the time progressed, getting with the newer artists that was up and coming, from the East Coast?
For me, man, I'm going to say, I was independent artist with no label at the time. So, you know, me and my boy Wax, we linked up and we were like, let's make something happen. So Wax's relationship was honestly with Flocka. I was just around and able to get, you know, tied in with some of the guys from around it, like Bakery Brad, Trill Guy, Ricky Dash, and a couple others. But Ricky Dash, shout out to my boy, free my boy wherever you at, man. Ricky Dash and Bakery Brad were the two guys that I really, you know, linked in with, that was coming to the tilt, that I was hanging out with, just really, you know, making moves with. And Bake, you know, I'm still making moves with him today from them years past. Still till this day, we still network today, man, and make moves. So shout out to that boy Bakery Brad, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. Salute to Bake. So also, man, you kept the networking going when you got down to Las Vegas. I know you was on the reality show down there in Las Vegas. You and the homie Be Active. Shout out to Be Active. You started really networking with Raz B from B2K. For my listeners at home that don't know who Raz B is, you know, there was a big boy band, you know, that was booming back in the early 2000s, B2K. And, man, Raz B got a voice, man, and he got talent. So not only were you networking with Brody back then, you guys have a new project coming out called Global. So give my listeners a little background on that.
Yeah, okay. Well, you know, my boy Raz B, shout out to Raz B, man. He had a few years back, I'm going to say about 6, almost 7, he had came back from China, and I was in Vegas. And at the time, I had a manager that was...
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Like I was saying, at the time, he came from China, back from China, and I was in Vegas, and he was in Vegas. And I had a manager that was linked up with this man, so I won't say the manager name, but, you know, again, I had a manager that was linked up with him and managing him also. So that's how we came abroad. And me and Raz was just, you know, we linked up, we clicked immediately. We knew what it was. He was telling me about the game, giving me some insight on some things, and I was giving him something about what I knew, you feel me? And we was always trying to work on a project while we was down there, but since we was under 2 different companies, it would have collided and there been some money involved, and we were just trying to do our own thing because we always wanted to do our own thing. I'm do my own thing anyway, but, you know, we made it happen. We was recording the whole time down there, and then, you know, I came back to the Bay, he went back to LA, and we just stayed connected. Now that we like, man, let's put this project out, man. We're gonna put some new ones on there, and we're gonna keep all the ones we have. We got songs that we ain't even released. So we got a new project coming out called Global. Raz B and Breadleon. Shout out to EJO from China.
EJO.
Yeah, man. So, you know, he'll be he's on the project, Turf Cash on the project. Shout out to Raz B again, man. We gonna make this happen. Global.
Yeah, for sure.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Man, so look, we're going to have to double back and get a part 2 of this because there's a lot more I want to talk about. You know, you performing at the after parties of BET Awards, sitting down with Atlantic Records, A&R, talking deals, you know, producing some of my projects. So right now at the 60-second mark, though, I always want to end it with a message for the youth, bro. So, you know, what kind of, you know, insight, guidance, and overall message do you have for the youth out there right now?
Man, keep God in your life. Stay out the streets. Find something you love and stay focused on that, man. For real.
Most definitely, man. That's real, bro. So we, like I said, we will be doubling back, bro. And we'll be getting the rest. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Prison Files podcast. If you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe button and stay tuned. More fire content is on the way.